not sure if a guy likes you. Forget the words and pay attention to his body language, because that never lies. It's hard to tell how a guy feels based on his words. Men just aren't as naturally verbal and expressive as most women are. When a guy likes you, he won't necessarily come right out and say it. Maybe he's shy, maybe he's insecure, maybe he's afraid of rejection, and so on. While he can hold back from saying the words, he won't be able to control his body language. Because a lot of the body language signs that mean he likes you are unconscious behaviors. How to knowing through body language signs a guy likes you. Make sure to watch this video to the end so you don't miss anything. Let's start. Number 1. He stares at you. Let us not forget that the eyes are the windows of the soul. So, if a boy likes you, he cannot always look at you. People, especially people who like to hide their true feelings, will do whatever it takes to act indifferently and to control themselves so that the purpose of their love is not to see the truth. That's why the first thing you should pay attention to when you think about whether a boy's eyes are focused on you. The boy you like will be watching you constantly. It's the first, surefire sign of his feelings for you. It's simple. He's so attracted to you that he cannot take his eyes off you, even if he wants to. Besides, even though the room is full of other girls, his eyes are fixed only on you. He looks at you like you're the only girl in the world, because for him you are the most attractive girl ever. This person does not mind looking deep into your eyes. He will do everything he can to get direct and long eye contact with you. Although he clearly does not have the courage to confess his feelings directly for you. This is one way he can show his immense interest. In addition, another thing he tries to do is read you through your eyes. He tests you, whether you look at him the way he looks at you or whether you look at him with no interest or disgust. Number 2. He smiles whenever he looks at you. Another body language sign that a boy likes you is associated with how all of his facial features change as you walk through the door or pass by him. This man can't keep his face straight every time you are around, and he can't help but smile whenever he meets you. He clearly has a problem expressing his feelings verbally. So this is one of his ways to show you that he saw you entering a room. This happens especially when he hears your voice. When you think about it, you've never seen this guy get angry or deadly serious because when you two talk, he cannot stop smiling at everything you say. Number 3. Everything you say is funny. When you think about it, being around you can be a bit funny and fun. But if you look at things realistically, the truth is you are not so funny and everything you say is not funny. But obviously, this person does not think this way. He can't help but laugh out loud at every little thing you say, and he thinks every joke you say is more than a joke. Even though he is a shy boy, he rests in front of you because he feels good in your company. Of course, he clearly thinks it's fun to be around you. But his loud smile is one of his ways to get you to focus on him and separate from the crowd, which is definitely one of the signs that he is insanely interested in you. Not only that, you feel that he is trying hard to make you laugh. When you two are with a group and he jokes or tells a joke, his eyes are constantly searching for you and he is trying to see your response. If you see him smile, he will be satisfied that his mission has been fulfilled. It is clear that this man considers you the most interesting person on earth and that everything you say clearly makes him happy. But that's not enough. He wants you to think he's interesting too. Number 4. He touches you accidentally. When a boy likes you, he is naturally physically attracted to you. It means that he will do anything to get close to you and touch you in any way, even if it is by accident. And that's what the guy you like has been doing for so long. Every time you talk to this man, he uses every opportunity to wipe your face or move your hair to block your vision. When he talks to you, and especially when he laughs at a joke you told him, he puts his hand on your knee or shoulder. When he passes you, he will most likely touch your lower back. You need to know that this person has an uncontrollable desire to touch you in any way and that he himself does not know what he is doing. But that does not mean that he is allowed to act inappropriately or disrespect your limitations. Therefore, if you see a boy who goes beyond the limits you set for yourself, you should definitely warn him that he is bothering you and that you should not be ashamed to do so. Number 5. Before we begin, if you are new here, subscribe for more social psychology videos. Don't miss anything in future video. And comment down below "I subscribed" so we can welcome you. Number 5. He hugs you and kisses you on the cheek. If a man desires your physical touch, he will use every opportunity he gets to hold you in his arms. He does not really have the courage to take the first step and kiss your lips. But that means he does not give a cheek kiss from time to time. You have many boyfriends, and when you see one, you give each other a gentle kiss on the cheek or you hug each other. This is especially true when you have not seen this friend in a while. And at first glance, this person is no different. Every time he sees you, he kisses you, gently touches your waist, hugs you. But if you pay close attention to his behavior and you start to look at things a little more carefully, you will definitely see that he stands out from all your other boyfriends and gives clear signs that he likes you more than a friend. There is something different when he enters your personal space. You feel different somehow. Your gut tells you that you are right and that he wants to be more than just a friend. He is a person who uses every opportunity to give you a friendly kiss. But if you observe the situation, you will see that a kiss on his cheek is always dangerously close to your mouth, and he fights with the desire to kiss you properly. The same is true of his embrace. He does not forget to hug you as you greet each other. Not only that, his hugs are very close. He always tries to hold you in his arms as much as he can, and he begs you never to let him go if he gets a chance with you. Number 6. He shows jealousy. All dating coaches will tell you the same thing. Most men can't help but be jealous of the girl they are. So if you are wondering how a boy can say he likes you, pay close attention to the signs of his jealousy. If there are any, his feelings are the same. Let's get one thing straight. This guy is not your boyfriend. You never gave him hope to be someone. But the fact that the two of you are not together does not prevent him from having deep feelings about you. The emotional pain and anger he feels every time he sees you with another boy certainly does not diminish. His jealousy is something he cannot rationalize by saying to himself that he has no right to feel or act on it. He is a man who knows full well that he has no right to show his jealousy in public. He knows that it will make him mentally ill and that this will drive you out of his life forever. That was the last thing he wanted. So he never told you he was jealous, but he has told you other things. If the two of you are friends, when you mention a new boy you like or someone you ask. If you mention a new boy you love, he suddenly changes his behavior, his mood changes drastically. When you ask a guy his opinion about a guy, he is always able to find their flaws. Say you can do better and hint that he is the best person you should look for. Over time, you will stop asking for his advice about your relationship, but his behavior has not changed. He will continue to talk negatively about your boyfriends or potential boyfriends. But every time you start to suspect that he is really jealous, you change your mind when you see how excited he is to know everything that is going on in your life. If he was in love with you and still wants to know every little detail of your love life, you think he should be masochistic. Number 7. He looks away. What if a boy looks away every time you cross his radar? Normally, women would interpret this as a sign of indifference, but trust me, it's all but that. When a person clearly runs away from your gaze and does everything he can to stay out of sight. Often the first thing that comes to your mind is that he does not want to have any contact with you. You would think this is the person. That he could not look at you and that he could not wait until he was away from you when the two of you were together. But things do not have to be this way. While this may seem like a sign that you definitely don't like this person, in reality it can mean something completely the opposite. If a boy looks away, it may be a sign that he likes you. You are clearly dealing with a shy boy who does not have the courage to face you or look at you properly. He is afraid that you will see his feelings in his eyes, and when you realize that he is falling hard for you, you reject him or make fun of him. He acts like a teenage boy who has never been in love, and he can't even bear to look at the object of his affection. So the first impulse he has every time he meets your eyes is to look away. He needs a few seconds to add to his action before he can talk to you properly. Number 8. He is always faced toward you. When a boy falls in love with you, he tries to hide it, but even though he is reluctant to admit it, his body is well aware of this physical attraction he feels. If you are wondering if a boy is pointing at you, one of the body's signs that he secretly likes you is the direction in which his face is always directed around you. When a boy is talking to you, looking around, or he's constantly checking his phone, being near you can be one of the signs that he's upset. But that means he's not interested in anything you have to say, and he's easily distracted. Even so, when a boy really likes you, he will follow your every step. He will try hard not to distract you from anything other than the two of you. Therefore, his face will always be directed towards you. This way, he will be able to fully focus on you. Look into your eyes as you speak, see every signal you send him, and fully enjoy your beauty. Number 9. He fixes his hair and outfit. When a shy man is next to the woman he likes, he gets more upset. One way to identify is to constantly pay attention to how he fits his hair and clothes. First, he wants to get his hands busy. He pays attention to this because he literally does not know what to do with himself, and it is very difficult to look at you. Another reason is that he likes his own looks. This man checks his hair and clothes in perfect order because he wants to be as attractive as possible whenever he is near you. Do you know how you suddenly become self-aware of your appearance when you see a boy you like? Suddenly, you dislike what you are wearing and you are extremely concerned about your makeup and hair condition. Well, guess what? Except for the makeup part, the boys are the same with anyone they like. The truth is, every boy wants to look his best when he's around a girl he likes, and they often do not accept it out loud, and even if they do not know it. So, a sign that a boy is in love with you is how he starts styling his hair and clothes when he sees that you are approaching him. Some boys will tie their hair up and tuck it into their shirt or something similar, but the point is the same. No matter what you was wearing, no matter what you looked like, he would always be worried that something was missing and he could have done a better job of getting ready to see you. In addition to wanting to see his best looks around you. This guy does this because he is extremely nervous. He does not know what to do with his hands, and this is one of his ways to keep them busy. Number 10. His legs and hands shake. Every time you look at this man, he is afraid that you will read through him and realize that he is raising his head for you. That's why he starts to tremble in front of you, because it's not an easy task to appear indifferent to you. When a boy is restless around you, there is clearly something he is trying to hide, and in this case, it is his real feelings. He's afraid he can tell you how crazy he's about you, but he does not want to see it because he's not sure if you like him again. One of the ways he shows this nervousness is by shaking his legs and arms. This person is often unaware that he is doing this, but it is clearly something he has no control over. He may be playing with his glasses or something. All these are undeniable signs that this man is in you, but he is clearly trying hard to hide it. Number 11. His voice changes. If a man changes his voice every time he approaches you, it is a sure sign that you are shaking his world and knocking him to his feet. You may feel that you cannot control your voice when you are surrounded by someone you like. Suddenly you start talking like a little girl without even knowing it. The same is true with boys. When a girl is around, they inadvertently change their voice. They feel an uncontrollable attraction. One possibility is that their voice rises without control. They do this subconsciously and instinctively. Women associate high tones with crying babies. Another opportunity is to deepen their voice. A deep voice is always associated with masculinity, and if a boy likes you, he will do everything he can to make you look more masculine. Therefore, he will inadvertently try to deepen his voice, so you begin to see him as a real man. What can happen, however, is that this guy speaks loudly every time he speaks to you. This is one of the subconscious ways you can see and hear him. This guy knows the competition is fierce and he needs to stay out of the crowd. In addition, he wants you to remember his voice as something familiar to you. Number 12. He breathes deeply. This man loves you so much that it even affects his breathing. He's so excited every time he sees you that he has to take a deep breath to get back to his normal state. Otherwise, he will faint right in front of you. When we like someone, we do not feel that attraction only mentally and psychologically. Instead, our whole body feels it, and when the attraction is so intense that feeling begins to control us. That is, when we are surrounded by the object of our love, our entire nervous system is overwhelmed. Among other things, the excitement we feel causes our blood to begin to flow faster, and as a result, we feel like we are losing oxygen. This is why a boy who cares about you seems to have difficulty breathing when he is around you. He will feel that he is struggling to get enough air as a large amount of oxygen and blood has gone to his heart and other organs. So, another definite body language sign that a boy secretly likes you is heavy and deep breathing. He feels he does not know what hit him, and he needs some time to get back on his feet. After all, you are the first person to take a deep breath whenever you are excited or active, and this is just one of the obvious body language signs that he secretly likes you. Number 13. He licks or bites his lips or looks at your lips. What does it mean when a boy unknowingly bites his lip while looking at you? Well, it's one of the body language signals he secretly likes about you. You may have seen women licking or biting their lips when they are upset or trying to seduce a boy. But these measures are not limited to the female segment of the population. Although many boys try hard to control this desire for fear that they will not be considered a man if they bite their lips, their body also wants to do this when they are with someone they like. Lips have always been one of the most erotic parts of the human body, so it's natural to use them to attract the opposite sex. So, if a man likes you, one thing is for sure, he pays full attention to look at your lips when he looks at you. He has an uncontrollable desire to kiss you, but it is clear that he is often shy to do so. He sees your photo on some social media sites, but he does the same. The same thing happens with his lips. He inadvertently tries to focus your attention on his lips, which is why he bites or licks them. He clearly turned to you, and he bit his lip to show how much you were attracted to him. Another possible reason he does so is because he feels short of breath and the nervousness of your presence makes his lips dry and he licks them. When you see this kind of behavior, know that this man is interested in some kind of physical contact. Now it's up to you to let him do it. Number 14. He sits next to you. If you are wondering if there is a guy out of a group of friends you have, another sign that he secretly likes you is that he is always trying to find a way to sit next to you. No matter how many people are with you, somehow this person behaves like the two of you, and it is imperative for him to sit or stand next to you. Over time, this has become his habit, and it has become a normal thing for everyone on the team. He takes your personal space, but he does not think he is doing anything bad. This is the only time you two can spend time together because he does not have the courage to ask you out to spend time with you. This is the only chance he gets to see you, and he wants to use it to his advantage. He wants to be as close to you as possible and to dedicate the whole evening to you. When he sits next to you, you also have the ability to put his arm around your chair. This way, he doesn't go overboard because he doesn't technically touch you. Instead, you can always forgive him for saying that he was resting his hand, and at the same time, he will feel like he is hugging you.